All right, so neurologic is what happens in your brain. Neuro from the brain, logic we're using in the form of a common sense program. And your brain basically is the control center for everything that happens in your body. So let's talk about hunger for a minute. When you're hungry, your tummy gets those hunger pains. And when you're hungry and you have tummy hunger pains, you do need to eat. And you do need to eat sensible, and that's sometimes hard. But then, neurologically, our brain receives from those foods sugars and proteins and energy and things that are converted to opiate-forming foods, reward center foods, so the brain gets satisfaction. So the stomach, you've heard the stomach is the second brain, so that the stomach can talk to the brain and tell the brain, hey, this is working, you've got all the satisfaction that you've needed, and you don't have to keep eating. Well, what happens is there's a big disconnect because the programming that we get from the choices we make and the foods that we eat reset our neurological expectations for what food is supposed to be. That's what we call cravings. You get a craving and you really want to eat a whole pizza and you really want to eat what they call comfort foods. But your stomach is not in pain. You don't have that, oh my God, I got to eat something. How many times have we gotten really hungry, I just got to eat something? We're not really focusing on the choice. We just want to get content in our belly. But when our belly is technically satisfied, but our brain is not satisfied, these craving signals start neurologically in the brain. These craving centers are trained. You've heard of comfort foods. The more that we eat comfort foods, the more comfortable we think we feel. What is the comfort mechanism that's going on? Those are neurologic stimulants. Comfort foods have high carbohydrates and opiate reward systems and hormones in our foods and other chemicals and compounds in our foods that send opiate, almost like a drug, but the hormones and the natural opiates that the human body produces through the use of foods. And it sends those neurons, those signals to the brain that say we're satisfied. But we get kind of addicted to those neurological responses. And so we eat more and more of those foods, and we tend to overeat. Dieting, weight loss, mood, appetite, energy, satiety, all of those things are directed really by the brain and not the painful tummy. We talked earlier, you got a hungry tummy, go ahead and eat. But if you got a hungry brain, what are you going to feed it? And that's the idea behind this neurologic system. That's the idea behind SlimROAST Optimum. And the reason you're calling it SlimROAST Optimum because it's the optimum platform to which the body works, and we want to optimize that platform to make the body work under our control, our conscious control, our subconscious control. The brain sends messages when you look at a piece of pizza, man, I got to eat 3 or 4 of those. Or overeating in the fast food, or eating all the time the wrong kind of choices because we're looking for the neurostimulants that are found in those foods. What we've done is taken those neurostimulants, those hormone creators, those satiety triggers, put them in the coffee, that when you drink the coffee, you are no longer going to be hungry for emotional rewarding foods. And you're going to have emotional rewards when you drink the coffee that you're going to feel in the good mood as if you did eat a bowl of macaroni and cheese and, all the other things that turn into fat when your body can't use that glucose, can't use that energy. So instead of, living to eat, which is what we're supposed to do, subconsciously you want to eat to live, not live to eat. I don't want to have every waking day focusing, man, I got to eat all the time. So what this product does is it helps reset that neurological platform in the brain, gives satiety in the brain as if you ate all the bad choices. And you immediately, I'm telling you immediately, within 10, 20 minutes of drinking that coffee, you're just not hungry. You're not emotionally starving. You're not chemically starving. You're not hormonally imbalanced. And you have satiety. One of the hardest things about weight loss is sacrifice. Well, I got to give up this, I got to give up that. Everybody else is eating this and that, and it's really hard. And so if you can shut off those those addictive responses in the brain that force that demand to make those poor choices in foods, and you just don't want to eat. And you don't want to eat junk. You're going to want to eat to live, but you're not going to want to live to eat. And so when your brain gets that satiety, you're not eating, number one. When your brain gets that satiety, you get in a good mood. You get happier. You feel more balanced. You take the stress off your body. Stress is the number one killer in humanity. With all of the other things, we could talk for an hour about stress. So that calm, but happy and energetic. Then we've got a lot of energy components and thermogenic components to give you the will to be motivated to do things, whether you want to work out or be more active. And here's a trick. There's people that have these concepts out there, but delivering these contents to the brain, to the body, and making them effective. There's a patented ingredient. You'll see it on the front of the label called VASO6. This compound is a patented compound that expands your capillary system. It's a vasodilator. It increases nitric oxide. It promotes oxygen. Listen, if we all held our breath for 10 minutes, it would be terrible, right? You've got to have oxygen. And oxygen itself is a thermogenic metabolic nutrient. So you take a delivery system in this patented format to get these nutrients to the brain. And here's just a quick outline of what you're going to see from the back office. SlimROAST Optimum is a neurological system for optimum performance. And neurologic nutrients are nutrients that nourish and reset brain receptor sites that are responsible for satiety stimulation, alertness, memory, focus, brain metabolic functions, emotional balance, crave and hunger triggers, chemical-directed thought patterns, and a lot more. Neurologic nutrition cannot be accomplished with a single nutrient. You just can't have one single chemical or single compound. It requires a stack or a group of several independently performing nutrients working together, and that's what we have in the Optimum product. To deliver this stack to the right places in the body and in the brain, circulatory support nutrients that promote nitric oxide production and circulation through this vasodilation we talked about is essential to optimize the nutrient potential. This product is formulated properly. In a minute, you're going to hear from some of the people that have been trying it only for the last few weeks. It really is a game changer, a product that you can feel, that makes a difference, that's measurable, and not only are you going to lose weight and have all of those benefits, but you're putting the body back in balance and you're putting control back in your hands, and it's going to make it easier to have more energy, to be in a better mood, have appetite control, and make better choices. And the last thing that's fun, the types of coffees and the way we process the coffees, the main carrier. We use really delicious platforms. You'll have to taste it and see for yourself, but all of the coffee you've tasted in this company heretofore, compared to what we have today, this is delicious. You don't even know that it's a supplement, that it's a nutrient, that it's a performing food. It's a delicious cup of coffee. It really works. Wait till you hear the testimonies. Wait till you try it for yourself. We're going to have other calls in the future that are going to take longer to dive down into the super detail, but this product is really amazing, and you can feel it, and that's the magic. Dave, thanks.